In the bustling streets of New York City, where the neon lights flicker endlessly and the honking of taxis forms a constant symphony, there lived a young man named Alejandro Reyes. He was in his mid-20s, with dark hair that fell slightly over his forehead, warm brown eyes that carried stories of distant shores, and a smile that could light up even the gloomiest subway platform. Alejandro worked as a delivery boy for a small Filipino restaurant in Queens, zipping through traffic on his beat-up bicycle, balancing stacks of adobo, pancit, and lumpia in insulated bags. Rain or shine, snow or scorching heat, he pedaled tirelessly, earning tips that barely covered his rent in a cramped apartment shared with 3 other immigrants. But beneath the exhaustion of long shifts and the ache in his legs from endless miles, Alejandro harbored a secret passion, a voice that could soar like an eagle over the mountains of his homeland. Born in a small province in the Philippines, Alejandro had grown up singing in church choirs and family gatherings. His mother, a schoolteacher, had taught him the words to Lupang Hinirang, the Philippine national anthem, when he was just a toddler. She would hold him close during evenings on their porch, humming the melody as the sun dipped below the rice fields. "This song is in your blood, Anak," she would say, her voice soft yet firm. "It reminds us of who we are, no matter where life takes us." Those words stuck with him when, at 18, he boarded a plane to America, chasing the dream of supporting his family back home. His father had passed away young, leaving behind medical bills and a widow with 3 children. Alejandro sent money every month, sacrificing his own comforts to ensure his siblings could attend school. Life in New York was a far cry from the warm, communal vibe of his village. Here, people rushed past without a glance, buried in their phones or lost in their own struggles. Alejandro's days blurred into one another: wake up at dawn, deliver food until midnight, collapse into bed, repeat. But in quiet moments, alone in his room or during slow shifts, he would sing softly to himself. Lupang Hinirang was his anchor, a reminder of pearl-white beaches, emerald mountains, and the resilient spirit of his people. He never imagined sharing that voice with the world. Singing was private, a solace amid the loneliness of being far from home. One fateful evening, after a particularly grueling day where a customer had stiffed him on a tip despite a pouring rainstorm, Alejandro scrolled through his phone in a rare moment of rest. An ad popped up for America's Got Talent auditions, happening right there in New York. "Do you have what it takes?" it challenged. Friends from the restaurant had joked about it before. "Oy, Alejandro, with your voice, you could win millions." But he always brushed it off. He wasn't a professional singer, he was just a delivery boy with dreams tucked away like forgotten packages. Yet something stirred in him that night. Maybe it was the exhaustion, or the homesickness that hit harder during the holidays, but he filled out the online application on a whim. He chose Lupang Hinirang as his song, not some flashy pop hit, but the anthem that meant everything to him. "If I'm going to do this," he thought, "it has to be real." Weeks later, a confirmation email arrived. Auditions were in a massive convention center, packed with hopefuls from all walks of life, dancers in sparkling costumes, magicians with elaborate props, comedians practicing punchlines. Alejandro arrived in his simple jeans and a clean button-up shirt, no frills, just him and his nerves. Backstage, he overheard contestants boasting about vocal coaches and years of training. Doubt crept in. Who was he to stand on that stage? A nobody from Queens, delivering food to survive. But as he waited, clutching the number pinned to his chest, memories flooded back. His mother's proud smile when he hit the high notes as a child, the way his village would stand tall during flag ceremonies, singing with one voice. When his name was called, Alejandro Reyes. His heart pounded like drums in a festival. The stage lights blinded him as he walked out, the massive auditorium filled with thousands of eyes and the judges' panel looming ahead. There sat Simon Cowell, the notoriously tough critic with his sharp gaze and folded arms, Heidi Klum, radiant and encouraging, Sofia Vergara, vibrant and passionate, and Howie Mandel, ever the witty one. Host Terry Crews greeted him with a warm smile, easing the tension slightly. "Tell us about yourself, Alejandro," Terry said, microphone in hand. Alejandro swallowed hard, his accent thick but clear. I'm from the Philippines, sir. I live in New York now, working as a delivery boy for a Filipino restaurant. I ride my bike all day, delivering food to people. It's hard work, but it helps my family back home. I came here to sing something special to me, the national anthem of my country, Lupang Hinirang. The judges exchanged glances. Simon raised an eyebrow, leaning forward. The national anthem? On America's Got Talent? That's bold. Most people come here with big ballads or upbeat songs to wow us. Why this? Alejandro met his eyes steadily. Because it's who I am, Mr. Cowell. This song, it carries our history, our love for our land. I sing it when I'm missing home, when the days are long and tough. If I can share that feeling, even a little, maybe it means something. Sophia smiled warmly. That's beautiful. We can't wait to hear it. Heidi nodded enthusiastically. Go for it. Howie added with a grin, no pressure, but make us feel it. The music began, a simple piano accompaniment, respectful and understated. Alejandro closed his eyes for a moment, picturing the Philippine flag waving proudly. Then he opened his mouth, and the first notes poured out, Bayang Majula, Perlising Salanganan. His voice was pure, rich, starting soft and building with emotion. It wasn't trained perfection, it was raw, heartfelt power, carrying the weight of generations. The auditorium, which had been buzzing with chatter, fell into a hush. You could hear a pin drop as his tenor rose, clear and resonant, hitting every note with precision yet infused with soul. As he sang, Alabing Puso, Sa Dibdib Moi Buhay, his voice swelled, evoking images of heroes fighting for freedom, of families enduring hardships, of beauty in resilience. Alejandro poured everything into it, the ache of leaving his mother at the airport, the pride when he sent money for his sister's tuition, the quiet strength that kept him going through New York's relentless pace. Tears welled in his eyes, but he didn't falter. Instead, his voice grew stronger, more passionate. On the judges' panel, reactions unfolded in real time. Heidi's hand went to her heart, her eyes widening in surprise. Sophia leaned forward, captivated, a soft smile turning emotional. Howie sat back, mouth slightly open, nodding along. But Simon Cowell, the man known for his brutal honesty and rare displays of vulnerability, shifted in his seat. His usual smirk faded, replaced by something softer. As Alejandro reached the soaring climax, Lupang Hinirang, Duyen Kaing Majiting, Simon's eyes glistened. He blinked rapidly, fighting back the emotion that threatened to spill over. This wasn't just singing, it was a window into a world of sacrifice and pride that resonated deep within him. The final note hung in the air, powerful and lingering, Ang Mamatay Nang Dahil Esahyo. Silence enveloped the stage for a beat, then the audience erupted. A standing ovation thundered through the hall, cheers and applause echoing off the walls. People wiped tears, strangers hugging in the seats. Alejandro stood there, breathing heavily, overwhelmed. Terry rushed over, clapping him on the back. Alejandro, that was incredible. The judges buzzed in. Heidi first, oh my God, that gave me chills everywhere. Your voice is so pure, so emotional. I felt every word, even though I don't speak the language. Amazing. Sophia, voice thick, you made me so proud, and I'm Colombian. That passion, that heart, it's what this show is about. Beautiful, beautiful. Howie, dude, you just silenced this entire place. That's talent. Raw, real talent. Then Simon spoke, his voice quieter than usual, laced with genuine feeling. He paused, composing himself. Alejandro. I have to be honest. When you said you were singing a national anthem, I thought, okay, this might be interesting, but will it work here? But what you just did, you transported us. Your voice is world-class, control, power, emotion. But more than that, you made me feel something I wasn't expecting. Pride, not just for your country, but for people like you who work hard every day and still hold on to their dreams. That moved me deeply. He looked down briefly, then back up. Thank you for that. The audience roared louder. Alejandro bowed his head, tears streaming freely now. Thank you, judges. This means everything to me. For yes came unanimously, propelling him forward. But the moment went viral almost instantly, clips shared across social media, headlines screaming about the delivery boy who brought Simon Cowell to the brink of tears. Filipinos worldwide celebrated, seeing their struggles reflected in his story. Messages poured in, "You sang for all of us OFWs. Proud Pinoy." As Alejandro left the stage, still shaking, he thought of his mother. He called her that night, voice breaking as he recounted every detail. She cried too, saying, "Anak, you honored our Lupang Hinirang today." His journey on AGT had just begun, but that audition etched itself into hearts everywhere, a testament to the power of authenticity. In a world of flashy performances, a simple delivery boy with an anthem in his soul proved that true talent shines brightest when it comes from the deepest places. The days following the audition blurred into a whirlwind for Alejandro. Suddenly, his phone wouldn't stop buzzing with notifications. Friends from the restaurant bombarded him with texts, "Bro, you're famous." His boss gave him extra days off, beaming with pride. Even customers recognized him during deliveries. "Hey, aren't you the guy from AGT?" Strangers stopped him on the street for selfies. It was surreal, this shift from invisible laborer to viral sensation. Backstage interviews captured more of his story. He shared how singing Lupang Hinirang kept him grounded amid the chaos of immigrant life, the late nights counting tips, the racism he sometimes faced, the constant worry about his family's well-being. "Every time I sing it," he said in one clip, "I feel like I'm standing on Philippine soil again. It's my way of saying thank you to my country for giving me strength." Simon Cowell's reaction became the focal point of countless articles and memes. Known for his stoic demeanor, seeing him emotional was rare gold. Fans dissected the moment. Simon almost cried. "That's huge." Clips zoomed in on his glistening eyes, his subtle swallow. In follow-up comments, Simon elaborated, "I've judged thousands of acts, but moments like Alejandro's remind me why I do this. It's not about perfection, it's about connection." Alejandro's performance resonated beyond entertainment. It sparked conversations about immigrant contributions, the hidden talents among everyday workers, the universal language of patriotism. Schools in the Philippines played the clip during flag ceremonies, inspiring students. Diaspora communities organized watch parties for upcoming episodes. As he prepared for the next rounds, Alejandro remained humble. He continued deliveries when he could, insisting it kept him real. "I don't want to forget where I came from," he told reporters. His voice, once confined to showers and solitary bike rides, now echoed globally, carrying the melody of Lupang Hinirang to millions. The emotional depth of that audition lingered. Judges recalled it in later episodes, referencing that incredible anthem performance as a benchmark for heart. Audience members wrote letters, sharing how it moved them to reconnect with their own roots. One American veteran said it reminded him of singing his own anthem during deployments, bridging cultures in unexpected ways. Alejandro's story unfolded further in judge deliberations. Sophia championed him fiercely. "He represents the dream this country is built on, hard work, passion, coming from nothing." Heidi agreed, "His tone is flawless, but the feeling? Unmatched." Even Howie, usually comedic, turned serious. "That wasn't just singing, that was storytelling." In rehearsals, Alejandro chose songs blending Filipino classics with international hits, staying true to his identity. But nothing topped the raw power of his audition. It became legendary, replayed in montages, inspiring future contestants to embrace authenticity over gimmicks. Months later, reflecting on the experience, Alejandro often returned to that stage in his mind. The lights, the silence, the eruption of applause, it all felt like a dream. Yet the real magic was in the emotion he evoked, especially in Simon Cowell, a man who'd seen it all but was still touched by a delivery boy's heartfelt anthem. His voice soared not just in notes, but in bridging worlds, New York's hustle with Philippine heart, personal struggle with collective pride. Every phrase of Lupang Hinirang carried layers: love for land, sacrifice for family, hope amid adversity. He sang of imagining heroes, embodying one himself in quiet ways. The judge's disbelief stemmed from the unexpected, a humble worker unleashing such vocal mastery and emotion. Simon's near tears spoke volumes, vulnerability from the unflappable critic validated the profundity. Alejandro's path continued, each performance building on that foundation. He dedicated rounds to his mother, to fellow immigrants, to dreamers everywhere. His bike gathered dust as opportunities arose, but he never forgot the pedaling that built his endurance, physical and emotional. In quiet moments, he'd hum the anthem again, feeling its words anew: chosen land, cradle of the brave. From delivery routes to national stage, his journey mirrored the song's spirit: resilient, proud, unbreakable. The impact rippled outward. Young Filipinos in America auditioned for local talents, inspired. Discussions on social media praised the representation, the unapologetic cultural display. Simon's emotional response humanized him further, fans appreciating the glimpse behind the toughness. He felt it because it was real, one comment read, echoed by thousands. Alejandro's voice, clear and commanding, painted vivid pictures: pearl of the Orient seas, life in hearts aflame, death for the gladly born. He lived those lines daily. As episodes aired, viewership spiked for his segments. Commentators noted the purity, the absence of auto-tune or effects, just man and melody. He interacted with fans online, thanking them in Tagalog and English, sharing stories of his deliveries turned sing-alongs when customers recognized him. The audition's power lay in contrast, ordinary life yielding extraordinary talent. A delivery boy, weary from streets, transforming into a vessel of national pride. Judges couldn't believe because it defied expectations: no backstory fabrication, no dramatic reveal needed. Truth shone through. Simon's emotion stemmed from recognition, perhaps of his own immigrant roots, or universal respect for dedication. Alejandro advanced, each step amplifying his message: talent hides in unexpected places, waiting for a stage. His performance of Lupang Hinirang became iconic, a touchstone for emotional auditions, proving heart trumps polish. In the end, though no conclusion here, his story expanded lives, reminding all that voices like his, strong, sincere, deserve to be heard, from bike baskets to bright lights.